2014 has been a record-breaking year for car recalls. Just last week, an estimated 7 million cars in the U.S. were subject to a Takata faulty airbag recall.
Well, now Action News has teamed up with Carfax to announce a new app to keep you on top of those recalls and to keep you safe every day. Investigative reporter Wendy Saltzman has the details.
Many people may not even know if they have a recall on their car, and that could put the driver, passengers, and other people on the road in danger. Is your car safe to drive? We're going to show you how you can check at the touch of a button.
He could have been killed.
Donna Vogt considers her son one of the lucky ones. He was driving this Hyundai Elantra on a side street when part of the front suspension collapsed.
I started looking on the internet, and it was something we didn't know about.
Vogt says there had been an open safety recall on the car for about 5 years, but she says she was never notified.
If he would have been going 60, he would have lost control of the car, and God knows what would happen.
Vogt's problem, we found, is not unusual.
We plugged it in, it's got the open recall.
Action News joined up with Carfax to warn unsuspecting drivers about potential dangers on their cars.
Well, it's kind of surprising. I mean, how else would I have learned about this?
We've scanned this parking lot and found dozens of recalls, including 3 in this Camry, 2 that have been linked to multiple deaths, and another one that could result in a fire, and 1 in this Honda Odyssey that, if left unfixed, could result in the failure of the passenger airbag to inflate.
This is a major recall that Ford issued a number of years ago, almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
And it hasn't been fixed on this car yet.
Using this free Carfax app, we plugged in this license plate and found Michelle Minji has a recall on her car from nearly 10 years ago.
I think that's pretty scary, and I don't want to be in a fire in this car.
You do have 2 open recalls on this.
We haven't heard from our dealer.
Chris Basso says Carfax Records found 150,000 cars in Pennsylvania were sold with open recalls last year, and shockingly, 1 out of every 3 minivans have open recalls.
That's not a good thing, because I drive my son in this car.
I thought I would remember.
By downloading the My Carfax app for free, it will identify current open recalls on up to 5 cars and notify you about any new recalls, possibly before you even get a notice in the mail.
I still haven't gotten any paperwork from Honda.
Attorney Robert Silverman's client, Katie Hauk, says that's what happened to her.
I started to smell gas in my home.
Hauk was alerted to the problem after the fact.
The gas tank was corroding around the seams on half the tank, and the tank was visibly wet with gas.
She says she never got the notice, and just by luck, she may have saved her life.
I was afraid it was gonna explode.
To download that Carfax app, just go to our website at 6abc.com. All you have to do is plug in your license plate, and it'll let you know if there are any open recalls or if any new recalls pop up. I'm Wendy Saltzman, Channel 6 Action News.